Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Aquarius December 1, 2022. Tensions can reach a boiling point with Mercury opposing retrograde Mars today. You can feel overburdened, and others may not be giving you the support or feedback you need. Nervous energy is likely, and it's too easy to disagree or stress over a difference of opinion. Buried problems have a way of emerging. There can also be frustrating issues surrounding transportation and mobility to contend with. Aim to center yourself so that you'll be able to avoid hasty words and decisions. While there can be too much emphasis on what people think is right or wrong in the first half of the day, it's easy to move on later today. In fact, there can be practical solutions to problems related to teaching, writing, learning, and connecting. Projects benefit from attention to detail and an organized approach. Mental clarity feels wonderful now. Your mind should feel much clearer today around all matters. Mental Mercury, the planet of the mind and communication, is spinning forward and linking sweetly to Saturn, the planet of strength and permanence. You'll have much better judgment and organization around your thoughts, feelings, and plans. This could help you forge a promise in love that stands the test of time. Concentrate on discussing your plans, ambitions, and hopes with your significant other, and agree to work as a team to help build each other up. You'll feel totally aligned rather than playing on opposite sides of the fence. Try to avoid unnecessary conflict today. Usually, you are the last sign to engage in discourse, but you might feel differently when Mercury in Sagittarius opposes Mars retrograde in Gemini and sextiles Saturn in Aquarius. You may feel notably defensive when speaking about the long-term possibilities of your passion projects, ideas, and means for self-expression in the workplace. Try not to get discouraged if others do not see the potential in your vision as you do. Focus on what you want to achieve and use this momentum to prove everyone wrong. When the moon left your income sector last week, this might have brought all planetary activity on the income side of the financial fence to a close, but not the momentum or the support gained from the planets in your work sector. As the moon returns to guide Jupiter into his final 3 weeks in your work sector, this begins the final push to bring this professional year home, with income potential coming along for the ride. Get some space today. You are filled with a sense of power, and you need to work out what to do with this yourself, not with others. There is a lot you can do with this energy. For one thing, the physical exercise you do could put you in a trance state where you will receive important messages from your unconscious. Don't miss this. There is a lot of healing energy within you, and this transit is a way to tap that energy for present and future use. Often you are drawn towards occupations that require teaching or preaching on some level, and if this is something you already do, consider ways that you can improve your skills. If you don't do anything like this now, consider exploring the options, especially if you're not feeling content in your current occupation. While it is your nature to spend time in quiet contemplation, it all takes on a purpose when you give what you have inside to those around you. Just by returning to your work sector in the heart of the working week, the moon's return today was going to be an advantage, but it returns just in time to guide Jupiter into his final 3 weeks here and also ensure you are emotionally and intuitively engaged during Neptune's final days in retrograde motion. The planets of luck and dreams are both at a standstill, but this is more a chance to pause and catch your breath as you move into what could be the most defining 21 days of this professional year. With Jupiter now just 3 weeks away from his return to your relationship sector and the moon returning in 2 days to help you prepare, you can afford to wait as you focus more on matters of the heart. This is not just a chance to embrace the moon's final hours in your romantic sector, but a strengthening mix of nostalgia, romance, passion, and adventure that the romantically charged lunar vibes of the last few days have helped to amplify. Our eyes in the sky. Try to get in some light exercise before heading off to work, and try to avoid grabbing that extra cup of coffee or it could lead to a case of the jitters. Today has a cerebral vibe that might get the better of you, making it important that you ground yourself and focus on your breath throughout the day. Should you begin to feel overwhelmed, take a step back and rest, if only for a few minutes. Watch out for a communication breakdown this afternoon when the moon shares an off-kilter connection. Choose your words with care while this energy is present so you can avoid arguments. Your ability to understand any situation is good and you're able to undertake any sort of mental task. Equally, you're communicating without any difficulty, so possible negotiations or similar conversations turn out to be successful. You also find your general level of curiosity is heightened and you're keen to acquire knowledge and learn as much as you can. You apply yourself to a subject that has stimulated your interest over a sustained period. It's easier for you to obtain the necessary focus you need and you're more motivated than you have ever been before. Use this newfound enthusiasm and concentrate on making contacts to solve any outstanding issues needed for a successful outcome. Luckily, the energy transforms this evening, which should help you quickly release any unpleasant thoughts or situations you found yourself in today. The cosmic weather is quiet today, until Mercury in Sagittarius opposes retrograde Mars in Gemini, provoking a war of words. Offensive or defensive language is unlikely to help us make our point. We are nervous and quick to anger, and although we may have good talking points to back up our arguments, we are apt to flit from talking point to talking point without finishing our thoughts. Our inability to stay on topic means that civilized discussions can quickly devolve into yelling matches. We are still in a long lunar void, of course, which began last night, and must attempt to remain patient now, even if someone is intent on getting up in our faces. If possible, avoid electing this day to finally air out long-held grievances. Guard against the perils of extravagance and overindulgence in any way you can. Your current fantasies are unlikely to be fulfilled, they're just excessively optimistic. Try not to feel so dissatisfied with your circumstances and be as realistic as possible, instead of needlessly having such impractical feelings and yearnings that ultimately don't make you happy. If the response you get from prospective dates is not always positive, consider how your approach might be improved. You may want to ask what you could change about yourself. Becoming more self-aware can help you understand what to change or at least help you appreciate another's point of view or not. It will be hard interacting with people today. You overreact to the smallest things and feel completely misunderstood. It would do you good to take a step back, clear your thoughts and start tackling the arguments in a calmer way. In the late afternoon, the moon enters Pisces, ending its void of course which began late last night. Over the next 2 days, our creative and spiritual senses are enlivened. This is a time to trust our intuition, examine our subconscious workings, and get in touch with the numinous and liminal. It is an ideal lunar period for working with divination techniques like tarot or scrying. Artistic pastimes such as painting or making music are also favored. If we are stressed, bathing, showering, or relaxing near bodies of water can be rejuvenating.